Hello, boys and girls. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you are rested and you're ready to begin a new story. And I wanted to show you this picture because this is our last book, our last reading book. And I know this was one of your favorite parts at school. When you got a new book, you love to look at all the new pages and all the new pictures. And I really miss that. And well, but it's okay, you get to see it, and you get to see it through our videos together. So I'm gonna walk you through the book to our first story. All right, let's see, we're almost there. So today we're beginning lesson 26, and the first story is, well, the main story for this lesson is the dot. For those of you who think you're not good artists, you'll love this story. And the second story will be Artists Create Art. So let's begin with the sight words. Here we go. Number one is teacher. Ooh, one of my favorite words in the world. The art teacher shows how to use a brush. So this is the art teacher. And our word is teacher. It looks like a compound word, right? Because if you cover the first part, it says tea, like the tea that you would drink. And then teacher. All right, boys and girls. So number two, studied. She studied the flower before she drew it. So this girl is going to draw a flower. But before she draws the flower, she's going to study the flower. Now, this is a regular verb, study. If we want to say that she already did it, all we have to do is replace the Y with IED. Studied the flower. All right, boys and girls. So now we're moving on to number three. Number three, surprised. Once again, ED at the end. This is going to be our main focus this week. This ED ending. It says, he was surprised to see such a big statue. Oh my goodness, he looks really, really surprised. All right, boys and girls. Number four, toward. He walked slowly toward the art table. Look at it. He's walking very slowly because he's carrying something. So toward, hacia. All right, boys and girls. So we're moving on to number five. Number five is bear. Bear. And he says, the picture of the bear looks very real. This is a noun, bear. It names an animal. Number six, boys and girls, above. These shapes hang high above the floor. They're hanging from the ceiling, right? Above. So this is like a preposition. It is a preposition because it tells you what? Does it tell you when, or does it tell you where? It tells you where, above. We talked about prepositions last Friday, like kind of a review. All right, boys and girls. So number seven, even. I don't know if we got to learn about even numbers and odd numbers. Well, let's see. Even. It says, this box has even more crayons in it. Even more. So in this case, it means something else. So this crayon has even more crayons than this little box. All right, boys and girls. So number eight, our last sight word. Ooh, that looks like a dinosaur. David loves dinosaurs, but he's over there playing now. He pushed the clay into new shapes. He pushed. So pushed is a verb. And I think it's this week. I'm not sure if this week or next week. We're going to talk about force and pushing. So he pushed the clay into new shapes. Push is a regular verb, is the verb, and if you add ed, it means that it already happened. All right, boys and girls. So here we can see a lot of paint. We're not going there yet. We are going to read the main focus for this week, because this is something that you need to keep in mind while you read. It says compare and contrast. As you read, ask yourself how things are alike and different. Good readers, and I know you are good readers, and if you're not, you're gonna become a good reader. Good readers use text evidence to compare and contrast characters, settings, or events. To understand a story better, use a diagram to show how two things are alike and different. So here we have a diagram. I know last time we did this Venn diagram was when we learned about the things that we see at night and the things that we see during the day. Remember? At night we can see the moon and that's the thing. At night you can see the stars. During the day you can see the sun. But there's something that you can see during both times of the day. During both times of the day, during night and day, you can see the clouds and the moon, right? You try go outside and look at the moon, you'll find it. It looks white on the blue sky. All right, boys and girls. So this week we're gonna focus on a story about art, and it says visual arts. That's what it says over here. It's like a preview of the story. There are many ways to make art. You can use crayons or markers to draw. You can paint a picture. You could cut shapes out of paper and glue them together. A computer can be used to draw and find pictures for artwork. You will find out how one girl makes art in the dot. And I know all of you loved art class, and I bet you miss art class, right? I also miss art class and our big messes. All right, boys and girls. So our anchor text, our main text this week is gonna be the dot. This is the title of the story. It was written by Peter H. Reynolds, and it looks like he's the illustrator too. So he's the one who drew the pictures as well. So what do you think? Is it fiction or non-fiction? Look at the girl. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we have. Well, this is Mr. Reynolds, and he's the author and illustrator. So he's the one who wrote the words and also the one who drew the pictures. It says, it took Peter H. Reynolds a year and a half to write the dot. He named his character Vashti after a young girl he met at a coffee shop. Mr. Reynolds wrote Ish as a follow-up book to the dot. And I'm so glad that you had the chance to read this book with me, this story, because it's a wonderful story. It really is. And it empowers you to think more of you. I know some of you like, teacher, but I can't. But I know you can. You can do it. All right, so let's begin reading. It says, our class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Oh my goodness. That's Vashti, boys and girls. Look at her. Do you think she looks happy? I think she looks sad or upset. But her paper is blank. She didn't draw anything on the paper. And it says that she was in art class. All right, let's see what happens next. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Oh, what do you think the teacher said? A polar bear on a snowstorm. What do you think? Why do you think the teacher said that? Well, I'm sure because a polar bear is white, right? And then during the snowstorm, all that snow that is moving, I bet makes the air looks white too. So I'm sure the snowstorm looks exactly like a blank piece of paper. Let's see what happens next. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. That's her teacher right there. All right, let's see what's happened next. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! Oh my, she looks more upset than before. So she probably only drew a dot on that paper. And the teacher is looking at the dot. All right. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." And that's what Vashti is doing right now. When you sign a paper, you write your name on a paper. That's the dot that she did before. Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can draw, but I can sign my name. Yeah, she knows how to write her name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. Oh my goodness, let's look for that frame. Isn't that a beautiful frame? And you can see Vashti's dot right there. Oh, wow. And where is it? It's behind the teacher's desk. Or actually above the teacher's desk, right? It's in the wall behind her, but it looks like if it's above the teacher's desk. All right, and there are no words here. As you can see, there are no words on this page. Oh my goodness. Look at Vashti. She doesn't look any happier. Oh, well. Let's see what it says. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never before used set of watercolors and set to work. So she had never used her watercolors. Oh. Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. Look at all those dots. Oh, wow. Because she's using her watercolors, right? The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. So when you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. Look. So she made with blue and yellow, she made green. Look at her. She's really into dots now. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Do you want to see? Look at it. Oh, look, that's a really big dot right there. But look at this one, is humongous. Wow. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. So this is actually blank space because she painted all around. All right, let's see. Wow, she has big cans of paint. Uh-oh. Can't get to the next page. Oh, wow. Look at that. She did so many dots. It says, at the school art show, a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots make quite splash. So when the author says that the dots make quite a splash, it means, boys and girls, that everyone loved her dots. And as you can see, there are different dots of different colors, and it looks like they even have different textures, right? And all of them are signed by Vashti. You can see her name on each of them. Oh, look at this boy. He's really amazed by her dots. And everyone is really looking at each of them. All right. It says, Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. Look, he's right there. He's looking at her. "You're really a great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can draw. I can draw a straight line with a ruler." Uh-oh. So here we go again. Look at the boy. The boy's right there. The boy's right there. He's drawing a picture. All right, boys and girls. So let's see what it says. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. That's the line that the boy drew. It's not even a line, right? Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle. And then she said, wait for it. Guess what she's gonna say? Are you ready? "Sign it." Do you remember? That's what the teacher said, boys and girls. That's what the teacher said when she drew a dot on the paper. The teacher said, "Sign it." And I bet she's gonna show this boy that he's more capable of drawing than he thinks. And that happens with everything, boys and girls. Sometimes you think that you can run. Sometimes you think that you can do things right, but you haven't even tried. And that's what I want you. That's the lesson that I want you to take with you and keep with you. That you are more capable of doing things that you really think you are. Alright, so we're going to turn the page and we are going to move on to our second story. Because we have some piece of art over here that I'm sure you're gonna love to see. Are you ready? This is our second. It's not actually a story. So this is non-fiction. Well, the story we just read is non-fiction too, right? It's like I say that is real fiction because we don't know if this happened for real or no. So this Artist Create Art was written by Annie Rogers. And it says, an artist makes art. Some artists paint pictures. Other artists make things. David Wine made this grizzly bear. It stands above a pond in New York. It says David Wine's sculpture, Grizzly Bear, is at the Donald M. Kendall Sculpture Gardens. And you can see right there. And did you know that I live with a real artist at home? My daughter Gabby, she's a great artist. If you remember, because sometimes I took some of her artwork to school to show you. She is a really good one. Like a lot of you. Most of you are really good artists, boys and girls. So I'm going to leave Grizzly Bear behind. And I'm going to show you, boys and girls, this beautiful picture. And this picture, boys and girls, has a name. It says the title is Seated Figures, Study for a Sunday Afternoon on the Island of the Grande Jatte, and it was painted by Georges Surratt. All right. Okay, I try my best. Here we go. And he says, let's read about George Surratt. Yes, está alto. Bájalo un poquito. Alright, boys and girls. Un poquito, mi amor. We're going to continue reading about George Surratt over here. It says, George Surratt went to art school in France. Ooh, that's another country. Look at his painting. Once you have studied it, you will see it is made of many brush strokes. Are you surprised? So look at it carefully, because it is made out of a bunch of brush strokes. Alright, if you want to pause the video, you can do so too, so you can take longer with it. And now I'm going to move to our last page of this short story. It says, Tressa. Oh, am I skipping a page? I think so. No, I'm not. Yeah, page 39, page 40, so I'm not skipping a page. It says, Tresha, Grandma Prisbury used glass bottles to make her art. She learned by herself. No teacher helped her. Grandma Prisbury made the wishing well shown below. So this is a wishing well. She even made a building where her grandchildren played. Oh, wow. So all these that you can see over here, boys and girls, it's made out of glass. I bet it looks really pretty when the sun shines on these pieces of glass, right? Alright, it says that this is a wishing well. It says, what kind of art would you like to make? Would you like to paint? Would you like to build something? There are many kinds of art. Excuse me. Even boys and girls, when you play with Play-Doh and you give form to something, you are using art. You are making art. And well, with this beautiful picture by Georgia Surratt, we are ending this story and our reading part of the lesson. Don't forget, this is the video that I want you to watch every day. You watch this video every single day, and then you do your pages. All right, your workbook pages. Well, bye bye, boys and girls, and see you later for our reading workbook. Bye.